Good morning, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Tuesday, the 25th of June. I'm sorry, is it 25th of June? Wow, how is this even possible? 25th of June, 2019. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad to be with you. In recent days, I spent some time with family whom I had not seen in a number of years. It's always nice when you reconnect with family. Now, thank you, social media, because we've been able to keep in touch, but to actually see each other face to face, hear each other's voices, that kind of thing is a whole different thing than electronic communication. It was really interesting because we had not seen one another. So, you forget what voices sound like sometimes and things like that, and facial expressions. And my cousin made a good point. He said to me, Jeannie, he goes, the older you get, the more you're like your mom. Now, I don't find that as an insulting thing. I find that actually quite complimentary because my mother had a lot of good qualities about her. But one thing in particular that he was making a reference to was the fact that my voice has become a lot like my mother's. But he said something else to me that was interesting. He said, I noticed something, Jeannie. He says, like, for example, say the word COOL. And I said, you mean cool? He said, you add syllables. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, he asked his wife. He said, okay, you say the word. And she said, cool, like that. And I said, cool. And he said, cool has one syllable, not two. And I went, uh-huh. And I said, well, part of it might be that I really enunciate because I'm in radio. I said, but another thing is that I just have always had a tendency to add extra syllables into words. And we do laugh about it because my niece does the same. And now my great nephew, Jimmy, is also doing it, adding extra syllables into words when they're not there. So maybe it's a genetic thing. I don't know. But I did find that kind of humorous that somebody else noticed it about me. And I started thinking about all the things in our lives that we add unnecessary extra things to when they really don't need to be there. I have a dear friend who will remain nameless, and she never wants to leave out a detail when she's telling a story, and even if it's utterly, totally, and unnecessary to the point of what she's trying to make, she adds all these minute details, and she starts with, let me start from the beginning, and then it takes her half an hour to say something that could have been summed up in one or two sentences because she doesn't want to leave anything out. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times that every single detail is vital. Say, for example, that there's somebody who's accused of a crime and you have a trial going on and you want to determine by examining every detail of the crime whether this person is innocent or guilty. Then it would be necessary to not leave out key points. Of course. And of course, when you're baking a cake or doing a recipe, you want to make sure you have every single ingredient and measurement correct. So all those times it is necessary to have all those kinds of details, particularly when it's something that might be very serious as far as, a life-changing event and that kind of thing. But sometimes we just add and add and add so many unnecessary components to things, to stories, to our lives in general. And I like the KISS system. Keep it short and simple. And, even with Take Two, it's kind of funny because the original plan with Take Two was to do a Take Two in 2 minutes or less. Well, obviously that doesn't happen. Very rarely does it happen where I can keep it short and simple. A lot of times I'll look and I'll say, oh my goodness, that went 8 minutes or 9 minutes. And I really didn't mean for it to, but it's just too easy to rabbit trail. So let me encourage you, boys and girls, if you find a situation where it's unnecessary to add syllables to your words or even add components to a story because it doesn't enhance, it doesn't help, it's not necessary, keep it short and simple. Do the KISS system. And of course, if there is a time where you have to include the details, make sure you're clear and concise when you do it, okay? Hey, go be a blessing to somebody today, and you may end up being the only one who is. And if being a blessing means keeping it short and simple and not taking half an hour to tell a story that should take 2 or 3 sentences, please do that. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification notification bell. You'll be notified every time I post another one of these short or long messages. And of course, WRMZ.org for great music, great programming, great everything. Okay, everybody, you have a blessed, blessed, blessed day. And don't forget, tomorrow is Wednesday, is hump day. And I'll be back with another great message. And hopefully it won't be too long and drawn out, okay? Y'all be blessed. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.